What's up, guys? Welcome to the Wheelhouse. So today I wanted to show you a very effective but simple trading strategy. You can trade it with equities, commodities, Forex, but I'm going to show you on Bitcoin. It's got a really good win rate. It's highly successful. I'm going to show you a couple ways to do it, and it's very easy to do. You have to be active, but you can decide how active you want to be. The shorter the time frame, the more accurate it will be, and your win rate is really high. So I want to just show you. I'm going to take you onto a line chart, and we'll do it over there. But I just want to show you something. So this is Bitcoin on the minutes, right? So it's been difficult to trade because it's just barely moving. It is moving up, but it's like red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. It's very shaky. It's just really not finding a direction. It's kind of directionless. If anything, it's slightly going up. But this is red, okay? And that usually means it's going to go down, okay? So when you back it up to the 30-minute, you confirm, and it's also red on the 30-minute. However, price action is above the 200, so we'll take that into consideration. On the 5-minute, you just kind of back it up. You can just see how shaky it's been, right? But on the 5-minute, you also have red here, okay? So, even though it's kind of going up a little bit, it's going down from the hour, the 30-minute, the 5-minute, and then on the 1-minute, it looks like it's trying to pounce up a little bit, right? Okay. Now, in order for that to stay red on the hourly, you're making lower highs, okay? I'm just walk you through this very, very simply, okay? So this high, when this came down and it rallied up, it didn't rally as high as that, right? And it came down and it rallied up, it didn't rally up as high as that, okay? So however long this takes, let's say this took 60 minutes, okay? It rallied up, it didn't go as high as that one, okay? The next one rallied up, and again, it wasn't as high as this one. So it's essentially, in a downtrend, right? And that downtrend is showing up over here as this is red. And that you can take it all the way to the daily if you wanted. And you can see that it's red here. And when it goes red, okay, when it goes red and the price action pulls it down. Pulls it into the red cloud, the red ribbon, and a downtrend. There's a pump, but it didn't go as high as this one, just like this one didn't go as high as this one. Okay, on and on. Now, this one broke out, but it was rejected and went red, red cloud, red ribbon again. Went blue, and here we are red, but we're holding on the support. Now, I want to show you a very simple way to trade anything basically, but on Bitcoin, and I want to show you a secret way to be really successful at doing it. So what I'm going to do is, what I usually do is I have Bitcoin over here on this screen, and I have it on the minutes, okay? And then what I do is I have on the screen on my right, I have another computer, and on that computer, I have a line chart. And so because you can't see that computer, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull it up over here, and I'm going to show you over here. So this is Bitcoin, and this is on the daily, okay? Now let me just take this EMA off here. Okay, so what I've done is, and you could change it to hike and a she, you can change it to line, you can do whatever you want, okay? Not a big deal. The main thing is that you use the 9 EMA, okay? I'm just going to use the line chart because I think it's really easy to see, and I have my trading view with hike and a she, and I can see the momentum there. This is kind of my secondary, but I just want to show you something. So this is Bitcoin on the daily, okay? Now, if you I went way too far. Sorry, guys. So over here. So if you were to buy Bitcoin and it goes through the 9, the price action goes through the 9 right here. It went through the 9 right there. So we'll just draw a line, and that's our price of 18,756. And you essentially just hold it until it crosses the 9. And what you do is every single day, you see how this says right here? It's green. It's telling you what the 9 EMA number is, okay? Now, if you enter when the price action goes up through the 9, and you just hold it, and every single day, in my time where I live, at 5 p.m., we get the new candle on the daily chart. So at that time, this will adjust, and the 9 EMA, which goes 9 days back on a daily chart, it trails 9 days. I will adjust it every day at the end of the day if I'm trading the daily, as an example. And we're going to talk about different time frames in a minute. But just so that you get a bearing on it, you want the price action to go through the 9. Okay, don't worry about any of the indicators. Don't worry about breaking news. Don't worry about hash ribbons. Don't worry about adoption rate. Don't worry about anything. Don't even turn the news on. Don't listen to nothing. Just price action through the 9. Period. Okay? Now, it goes through the 9, and every day you go to you just put your mouse on this green line, and every day you put your stop there. Okay, whatever it says. And you just do that every single day. And of course, you got your stop here. The next day, you got your stop there. The next day, you got your stop there. Next day, you got your stop there. And you walk the stop up once a day if you're on the daily. Okay? And you just let it do its thing. And it stops you right here. Okay? Sorry, I haven't used this old Weevil version for a long time. So it stopped you right here, which was 51,976. So let's just see what that looks like. So $51,976, and you entered at 18,878. Okay, that's $33,098. Okay, that's how much you gained per Bitcoin if you did this on the daily. Is it going to be like that every single time where you make 33 grand? Come on, you know better. Okay? The point is that if you identify when the price action goes through the 9 and you just walk your stop up every day and you let it ride. Okay? So oops, I made a mistake here. I didn't realize that. It actually went through the 9 over here. So this is 35,940. I apologize. So get my calculator. So you got 35,940 minus our buy price of 18,831. Okay, that's $17,109 per Bitcoin. Okay, so you made $17,000 on that Bitcoin. All right. So now what you do is you're waiting. Okay, so it goes down, it comes up. Now this is where it can get tricky. Okay, you go up and you basically break even. Okay, you wait, you do it again. You buy right here, which is right here at 33,088. Okay, and you stay in there until right here of 50,586. Okay, that's another 17,500. So you made 17,100 and 17,500 in just 2 trades. Of course, you're looking at primary uptrend and whatnot. Okay, so I'm just showing you that you can do that. Now, you need to understand that on every daily candle, every 4-hour candle, every 6-hour, every 2-hour, 1 hour, 30-minute, 5-minute, it's going to be shaky. Some days will be red in an uptrend. Some days will be green in a downtrend. It's the way the markets work, okay? There's traders in there. All right, so you've identified you're in a bull trend. You know that price action, when it goes above, you buy it. And you know that you walk your stop every day, okay? You do it again right here. and you essentially, you buy right here. Gosh, it's making all these moves, guys. Sorry. 49,451. And you are going to set your stop on the 9 where it got hit. So that is, this is a little trade. So you got 55,880 minus where you entered of 49,514. You made $6,366 on that trade. Okay, now this sounds really good, right? This sounds like, oh man, this is easy. I'm going to make money. The reason why people complicate things is they're their own worst enemies. There's a million ways to do things. This is a very simple way. And there is a guy that he tests strategies basically for a living, right? And there's another guy that has a part of my strategy, and he had this strategy tester do like a test run on it. And it doesn't have all my conditions. There's more conditions on my strategy. And the guy still got 336%. So it caught my eye, made me happy. And that's about right, except you can do a little bit better than that with my strategy. Now, when I started like following this guy, he came across another person that had him test another strategy, and he got it was right about 500%. And I think I said 436 in the other video, but I watched it again last night. It was about 500%, and then he altered it a little bit, and he got 610%. Would you like to make 610% in 67 weeks? That's about 1 year and a quarter, let's say. So in 7 years, you could make 3,000%. So if you had, $1 million, you could have $30 million in 7 years if you actively do this. Now, he did not get 610% by doing it on the daily. Okay, he did it on a shorter time frame. So when he got the 500%, he did it on the 30-minute, and when he did the 600%, he did it on the 5-minute. Now, for you Bitcoin traders or Tesla traders or whatever kind of trader you are, this is specifically, I'm doing it on Bitcoin is the way I'm doing it. And this works really, really well. And I just want to tell you a couple tips. So if you buy when it crosses the 9 and you sell when it crosses the 9, you're just trailing 9 days, and you're most of the time you're going to be okay. The only time you're not going to be okay is when this happens. Boom, 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 boom. And you can identify that a couple ways. Notice how it's going straight across. See how this has an angle or this has an angle? Obviously, we want to be directional in our trading. So you never really want to be going into it when it's going straight. And I'm going to show you another way to get more of a confirmation, okay? Very simple. Now, here's what's cool about this strategy. I'm going to stay on the daily for a minute, okay? Very simple. It's just a 9 EMA. It's like my favorite EMA because it's the tightest way to get in at, when it's really bullish and get out before it hits any other EMAs or go. I mean, you're just riding the cream of the cream. You're literally riding just the bullish momentum, the tightest, biggest bullish momentum on whatever you're trying to trade. You can use this to go short. So in a bear run, I keep going over here because I'm used to the other Webull. This is a very, very old version of Webull. I don't think this is a computer I haven't used in a while. So, okay, obviously, Bitcoin has been in this massive downtrend, okay? And, it would be just great if you actually, were doing the 9, you bought it here, you went up to the 67, 69, whatever, and you got stopped right here at 64. Okay, you actually made some money. You went from here to here. You got stopped. Now, if you're really into trading and you are a directional pivot to pivot trader, you can go short. Okay, you can go short under the 9. Okay, so if you went right here and you said, okay, you said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and go short on Bitcoin because it's under the 9. EMA. So we went short at, say, 64,337, okay? Right at the top. Now, coming out of a bull run, most people are thinking it's not going to be a long short, and it's you know, or maybe they don't even get in the short because they've been trending up for a long time. Natural, normal, I get that. I'm just showing you that you can work each side of the 9, and this is how you do it. So as it goes down, it doesn't touch the 9. It goes up, and right there, it actually stops you. Okay, so you get stopped right here, but immediately it goes back to a short. Okay, so right here, you went from 64,337 to 58,692. Okay, you made $5,645 per Bitcoin. Okay, so now you go short again right here. Let's delete this one, or move it for right now. And you go short again, and unfortunately, this one stops you out right here, and you didn't make very much money, but guess what? You still made money, okay? So you got 58,922, and you sold at 57,194. You still made $1,728 per Bitcoin. Pretty cool, right? So it goes, it stops you out, and then it tricks you. It's like, damn, it's Bitcoin. This stuff happens in all of trading. So it basically, you go short right here, and it doesn't touch the 9. It doesn't cross through the 9. It doesn't cross through the 9, and you go all the way to right here. Okay? So you shorted at 57,194. And you basically got stopped, a buy stop on your 9, because you're doing it every day, right? At 47,516. Okay, you made $9,678 per Bitcoin. Okay, now I'm going to show you something. So that's just to give you a simple idea of how to go long off the 9, walk your stop. Okay, you're walking your stop, depending on your time frame. Okay, now you will make more money typically doing this strategy on a longer time frame, but you most likely will not be able to trade like prop trade on a long time frame doing this, because it's so shaky on the minutes, the hours, the 30 minutes, the 45 minutes. It's so shaky along the way on the daily, you can't do it. But if you're using your own money, this is like sick. And you can do over 600% doing the 9, okay? Because the way the guy does it with the 610%, he's not just using the 9. He's doing a different thing, which actually you don't gain as much. Although his win rate was 65%, he was still doing good. That's about what I do, 65 to 75, somewhere in there. And it works. Now, what I want to show you is you can do it on any time frame. Okay, you can do it on the hourly. So if you did it on the hourly and you bought right here, okay, this is just the same thing, 9 EMA. This is just like yesterday or earlier today or something. So you bought at 21,538 on the hourly, okay, and I keep going over there, sorry. And it didn't break through, so you actually go through over to here, because you want to set it on the 9, but you want to have your ATR, like I teach you in the courses. You want to have a little wiggle room, because a lot of times they come down and then they bounce up. Plus, if you're like a prop trader, you have like swap fees, and you got spreads between the bid and the ask. And I trade 5 Bitcoin constantly, and I know that the spread is $9 typically. Okay, so 9 times 5 is $45. So I give myself wiggle room so that the spread doesn't hit me. All right, but I just want to show you this for you guys, whether you're a prop trader or just a regular trader. So you come up through the 9, which is right here, a little higher, I would say. Okay, and you bought this at 21,580. Which is like kind of where it's been lately, right? And you sold over here at 21,000 21,650, oops, 21,580 minus 21,657. 21,657 minus, it's probably like 80 bucks or something. 21,580. Yeah, 77 bucks. Okay, 77 bucks times, let's say 5 Bitcoin, like I do it. I do between 5 and 10 Bitcoin is how I do it. So if I did 5 Bitcoin as an example, that's a 77 times 5 is $385. It's a $385 gain, okay? Now, the way to get the most money out of this with the least amount of risk, to keep your risk reward really, really high, is to actually back it down to the 5 minute. Don't do it on the 1 minute, do it on the 5 minute. Now here's the thing. This has been a pain in the ass to trade for the last few days. All right. So above the 9 you buy, you set your stop every 5 minutes. I use my iPhone alarm like I'm cooking in the oven. Every 5 minutes, I just basically know. Or I just stare at the screen all day, which is basically what I really do. Okay, so let's just take a look at a couple. Now, right here, it came through on the 5 minute chart. And that was 21,562. Okay, and then we sold... right here at 21,601. Okay, it's only $39, but say 5 Bitcoin is a $195 trade. You're doing this a lot on the 5 minute. Now, the normal way that people trade, and there's a lot of ways to trade, and I know a ton of ways. I could teach you a ton of ways. If you guys come into Discord, you know, we got a cool community. I do group trainings. I got courses. We do one-on-one mentoring. You know, come on in there. The Discord link is in the description below, and please hit the like and subscribe. I'm gonna walk you through deeper. I'm just trying to go step by step so you understand. The lower the time frame, the more trading, but the more tight and accurate. So you're gonna enter the bullish momentum sooner than like an hour or 4 hour or daily, and you're gonna exit before it falls too far, such as on a 30-minute, hourly, 4 hour, daily, right? Now, same thing. If you wanted to go short here, let's say we're in a short, which I actually am in a short right now, just on the 5 minute. I'm just doing 5 minute trading, and I'm currently, this is the deal. So I have 9 Bitcoin short is what I actually have. So 21,591. And we're currently at 21,503. So it's 88 bucks. 88 bucks times 9. I'm up $792 on this trade. Actually, more. See, it's dropping. Boop, boop, boop. See how it's dropping? Okay. So, but remember, just because I'm up 792 or 850 or whatever, it doesn't matter until I sell. And I don't sell till it comes way back up here. So really, you have to think in your mind, unless you're just, you know, you're going to cheat your own system, you basically aren't selling until 21,562. The difference between 21,562 and 21,592 is really only like 30 bucks. So you got to let this thing fall, and the price action might come up and come down further. It might come way up to the 9 and come down, and that's just what happens. I mean, you can see that. Boom, boom. Like, it happens, okay? Now, this was a 6 short. I did like 1,900 on it. I think I had 4 or 5 Bitcoin short. And what I want to show you is another way to do this. So now that you know that just simply the 9 EMA and price action going up through it is the peak of the momentum. Okay, there's no chart in the world that doesn't have the 9 EMA on the top as the most bullish. Look, I'll just show you if you aren't familiar. So let's just go ahead and put in a 20 EMA, a 30, a 50, that looks good. And let's go ahead and just click them all on. So there's the 20, there's the 30, there's the 50, there's the 100, okay? So as you can see, when the price action goes, you know, through all of them, the 9 is on the top. So it's the creme de la creme, right? It's the biggest bullish momentum. So when it goes through the 9, this is CrowdStrike. Let me just show you. So on CrowdStrike, if you went through the 9, which was right here, And I got to lift that up just a little bit for you guys. So you went through the 9 there, and you just walk your stops, and you sold at the 9 here. Okay, so you basically bought this one at 195.72. Okay, and you're patient for all these days until you get to here, which was, okay, it's this one, 201.67 minus 201.67. So you made $5.95, and you were on the top. So you were the first. You got the peak of it, and then you got out before it came way down through the 20, the 30, and it looks like it bounced off the 30. Okay, so you're working with the tightest entries and exits. Okay, the lower the time frame, you will trade more. But your percentage gains and win rate will also go up. But you got to be robotic. You can't just go take a shower or walk away from the screen. You have to be moving those stops, and you have to stick with the strategy, okay? Now, I'm going to show you a way to do it and to get confirmation, okay? Because you're probably wondering, well, it sounds really easy, and it honestly is really easy. People just really complicate things, and they have to find a million reasons why or why not something will or won't work. It's not that complicated. So let's go back and let's take a look at, how do you do it? Bitcoin. Okay, so what I did here is I did the 9 and the 18 EMA. Now, this will really keep you on track. And there's a couple things I want to say about this. Let's go take a look at Bitcoin on the daily, okay? Again, you're on the daily. Now, this would have helped a ton of you guys. You guys could get very wealthy paying attention to what I'm going to show you right now. And the mistakes that you may or may not have made could have been avoided, and you could have capitalized on all this fear and all this nonsense going on, okay, for the longest time, right? Now, a lot of traders, they use the 20 EMA or the 50 as a guardrail. Is very popular. I use all that in my ribbons as well. I'm just showing you a very tight and successful high win rate, high success rate, and an extreme gain trading method. So this is the 9 is the green one, and the purple one is the 18 EMA. Okay, don't worry about anything else. I always have volume up, but I don't have it on this screen, but I always am watching volume as well. I'm big on volume. But just to really keep things simple, you got price action, a 9 and an 18 EMA. Now, let's just go take a look at Bitcoin. And what you're looking for is for it to cross. Okay, it crosses right here on the daily. You're looking for it to cross, but you need it to cross and see a black space, and you don't get to see it until right here. So you actually don't, even though it crosses right here, the two lines are still touching. You need there to be space and there to be a black on the screen. So that doesn't happen until right here. So you actually buy in at 11,557. Which is a little higher than the 9,000, which my other trading system would have got you in at. But this is a safer way, and you're waiting for confirmation is what I'm showing you. So this is going to be the same thing as the 9, except this is going to get rid of the whipsaw because you're getting a confirmation because you're waiting for the 9 to go up through the 18, okay? You do this on any time frame. Again, higher percentage gain on the lower the time frame, but more active trading, okay? So you buy in here, and what you're doing here is you're not setting your stop on the 9 anymore. In fact, you're not even setting your stop on the 18 either. Now that's two other ways that you can do it. There's 3 ways that you can do it that I'm going to teach you. Number 1, you can buy when it crosses, and then you can sell when it crosses. Okay, that's basically the first way. The second way is you can buy when the 9 and the 18 cross, and you can still do the stop loss on the 9 EMA. That's number 2. The third way you can do it is you can buy when they cross, and you can set your stop loss on the 18 EMA. And Bitcoin traders or Bitcoin, investors, they know that, giving it room to the 18 or 20 EMA is pretty normal. Like you can see this big drop right here, and it bounced off the 18. So, I mean, it depends how tight you want to be. I'm talking about very tight action on a 5-minute, stops on the 9, and you could do this where it crosses through the 9 through the 18, you buy, and then when the 18 crosses through the 9, you sell. So let's just take a look. So we bought on the daily when we got a confirmation with a little black space between the two EMAs at 11,557. It stayed. You're not even looking at the price action. Of course, you'll look at it because you want to see what's going on with your trade. But you're looking at the green and the pink line. Okay, they still haven't crossed. Now, right here, it's a little sketchy. You're like, oh, is it going down? They're touching. Touching is sideways. You have to see the black space, and you don't see it there. Now, what I do, and this is a little maybe more advanced, what I do is I keep my trade open. Let's say I bought 5 Bitcoin here, and I keep my trade open, and when they touch and I don't know what's going on, I'll do 5 Bitcoin short. And that way, my equity, it doesn't move. It stays the exact same. And then what I'll do is I'll put a stop below, and I'll put a stop above. Okay, so if it decides to drop down, okay, instead of going up, it decides to tank, my one that I put on as the hedge for the short, that one will run, and the other one will hit the stop, and then it'll change directions like in an automatic way. A little bit more advanced. That's not really the lesson here, but I do want to teach you about those types of strategies, and I want to teach you about an advanced trading strategy called trade under trade. It's a little bit more advanced. We'll get there. So essentially, you're just buying when the 9, the green one, goes above the pink or purple one, the 18. And you're going to stay in the whole time, and you're not going to sell unless it's black below. And the green did not go below. So you stayed in the trade, as hard as that might have been. Okay, and you keep running. And here we go. It looks pretty dirty. And right there, which is below it, you had to sell. Okay, so let's see if we were profitable. So we basically, it crossed, the green went below, and there was a black space. So, I mean, we can just take this part right here, this lower part. Okay, let's see if we made money. I'm not on TradingView, so I can't just click and see. So we sold at 30,395, and we bought at 11,557. So 11,557. We made $18,838 per Bitcoin just using the crosses. That's just one trade. One trade. Okay, so check this out. Let's look at this again. So it has you sell because you get the black between the two EMAs. And then right here, it crosses again. Okay, so you buy right there, and you're in. See how the green is above the pink? The green is above the pink. It does not cross, even though the price action went below the 9 and the 18, because you did not have your stops on there. You're only doing the crosses. See how price action went? You could have had a stop on the 9, but you didn't because you're trading the crosses. Okay, you could have had a stop on the 18, but you didn't because you're trading the crosses. Yes, it's a little sketchy. The price action comes all the way below when, now that I've told you, you can actually stop on the 9 and save yourself the pain. But this trading strategy that I'm showing you with the 9 to 18 crosses gives you a 610% gain over 67 weeks on the 5-minute. And I think that was on the Japanese yen or Ethereum. I can't remember. So, okay, you bought here on the crosses. I want to stay on track. Okay, you stayed in despite the price action going low. It did not cross below here. The green did not go below. You stayed in the trade. Again, they touched sideways. It did not go below until here. Okay, and so right here, when it did this, we'll just go right below it. Okay, and we'll take a look at this trade. So let's get rid of this one. And you basically sold here at 54,793, and you had bought it earlier at 33,844. You made $20,949 per Bitcoin just waiting for the crosses. Yes, you would have made a little bit more money if you would have used my thing and sold at the 9. But again, you're buying here, you're selling there, you're buying here, you're selling there, you're buying here, you're selling there, you're buying here, you're selling. It's more active. You got to trade more. I don't personally mind that because that's what I do for a living. I'm a trader. But maybe some of you watching this have a job or 2 jobs or 4 kids or whatever it may be, and you want to be on the daily and just the 9 to 18 crosses. It's really all you need. Now, so normally, and let's go back to a 5-minute chart. So normally, the way that you would trade, okay, like most traders are trained this way, including myself, is you basically have a low right here, okay? And you get momentum and it goes up, and it makes its first little peak, it goes down, it makes another higher, and another higher, it kind of does its thing, and then when it comes down, it does not break this low, okay? This is just, if you're just getting into technical analysis and trading, it's what I'm trying to help you with. So it comes up and it makes what we like to call a higher low, okay? Oops. So we're making a higher low, okay? That's essentially what we're doing. And this is a trend line, okay? So it starts a new momentum off, that could be like, sometimes we look at that as like a shoulder, head, shoulder, and something like that. So it takes off and it does not go as low as this one. Same thing, kind of retest up, which now has made what we like to call a higher high, okay? So now we have this channel, okay? So it's gone up, it comes down, and this one is still higher than this one. So these are lower highs and higher highs, and this is a trend, okay? Now, let's remove the channel. I'm just showing you some visuals here, okay? Let's remove that, and let's just look at the pivots. This was the low, we've identified it. This was the next low, which was a higher low. So it would make sense, right, to look at the next one, okay? And the next one's right here. Now, when you're a trader, and this is what you're looking at typically, right? You're looking at the levels of resistance and support and things of this nature, right? Okay. And I apologize for you guys that are like traders and all this kind of stuff, but let's take a minute and help some people out here, okay? So you want to, and I'm on a 5-minute chart, okay? So we're looking at the crosses on the 9 and 18 on a 5-minute chart because we know that gives a 610% win rate over 67 weeks on one asset, which I think was Ethereum, but I'm testing it on Bitcoin for you right now, and it's working just fine. Okay, so you've identified your low, you made a higher low, and the goal is to not break the low, okay? If you break the previous low, that usually is dangerous. Well, it broke it, it faked you out, and it came back above, which this kind of stuff gets people to go short, and then they basically get wrecked here, and then they sell at a loss, and then they're like, oh, is it going short? No, it's going up, and they go long, and then it fakes you out. Why? Because they're not identifying that this original higher high situation, okay, has now turned into a pivot and is now making lower highs, okay? So we went, we had here, it was higher, and this one went higher, and this one went higher, but then, oops, sorry guys. Okay, see if I can calm this chart down. Then when it broke down, sometimes you got to give it a little bit of time here, but by about here, it should have broke above. And you're always looking for a trend reversal, okay? You're looking to beat this area. That's the goal. You're looking to, just like this was a high, and this one beat it, and this was a high, and this one beat it, you're looking for this one to break out and make another higher high. Well, it didn't. It made a lower high, okay? Therefore, you've identified a time, where the pivot is. At the same time, your price action goes below the 9, goes below the 18, and you get the cross. Okay, so let's take the trade. Well, this might be a little hard to do because I'm actually recording live, but basically, you would take the trade. Okay, you've identified, now you're making lower highs, you've identified a pivot, and the price action went below the 9 and the 18, and you essentially would buy right here, okay? And we can, oops. Man, this little thing is sensitive. All right, so let's take all these off because they're not necessary for this part of my story for you. All right, so you've identified, you're making the lower highs, you see the cross, and you basically go short. And here's the thing. It goes all the way down. You're made money, right? You're like, okay, $5 or 5 Bitcoin, excuse me, 21,551. That's $100. It's a $500 move right here, okay, that you made, okay? And then you start losing your gains, okay? Oh, it went through the 9. Oh, it went through the 18. But guess what? It hasn't closed yet, has it? It hasn't closed. And you're still making lower highs. Okay, the 9 and the 18 cross method wins a lot. It wins even more when typically it does, let me see if I can find you one. This is when it wins more. When it goes through and it crosses, and then you don't take the trade and you wait for it to retest one of the EMAs and then get it, okay? So let me just show you a couple of these trades that I took, I think it was yesterday. Okay, and I did it on this 5 EMA thing. So I bought right there, and I did it exactly like I was just teaching you. Okay, and I basically sold right here. Okay, this was either 5 to 10 Bitcoin is what I always buy. Usually I buy 5, and I leave money for 5 in case I need to hedge or double down into like a deeper momentum, like I get something on a bigger time frame that's indicated. We'll get into that another day. But this is an actual trade that I had taken yesterday on the 5-minute, and 21,525, and I just did the crosses, just like I'm teaching you, minus 21,720, and that's $195 per Bitcoin, and it's 5 Bitcoin, so it was $975. Okay, so my money's to the side, all is well, and I got another really good trade. Now, I was in this one here, and I had stopped on the 9. And when I stopped on the 9, I basically, from the 9, I just got a little ballsy, and I saw this thing was just coming down, like, fast. And I have the 5-minute, the 1-minute, and I actually watched the seconds as well. And I just saw this thing just coming down. So I actually took the trade right over in here. It took me a second to like click it and do all the stuff, and it was dropping fast. So right about here, I took the trade and I got out at the 9. I put the stop on the 9. I didn't wait for the cross, okay? This was a really good trade for me. Okay, so we shorted here, and this was 21,689. I was telling everybody in the group about this trade last night. And sometimes they're going to be choppy, guys. Sometimes they're just going to be all messed up. That's okay. If you win 65% of the time, that means you're winning 6.5 times out of 10, and you're losing 3.5 times out of 10. It's fine. Use the same position size. That's why I always use 5 Bitcoin. Sometimes I'll do more, but usually I'll do 5 on the main trade, and if it's really moving, I'll just add the 5 at like a support break or breakout or something like that, and I'll let that run too, just because it's going in the right direction. Okay, so this one, yeah, I had stopped on the 9 because I actually do the 9 strategy, not the crosses myself, because it's tighter. You're holding a little bit more money. So if you sell here at 21,715 versus selling the cross, which is below here, I mean that we're talking about 11 plus 50, $26 plus the spread of 9. Yeah, so it's like $35 per Bitcoin times 5 Bitcoin. You're, just call it $160, $170 difference of stopping at the 9 versus waiting for the cross. So I do the 9, but I just want to teach you guys how to use the crosses, which is more accurate than a lot of other stuff. It'll make you a ton of money, very high win rate, and very good. So I shorted here at the 21,689, and I had my stop because I move my stop every 5 minutes. Every time 5 minutes goes, these EMAs move, and I put my stop there. Okay, so on that one, it was 21,585. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay. That was 104 times 5, which was 520 bucks. I think I made more. I might have had more Bitcoin on that one. But that's a good one. So you made 972 bucks here, another 520 here. You see what I'm saying? And then, of course, if you're buying through the 9 and selling here, you made money. Remember, when it goes sideways, you don't trade it. Okay? When it goes through the 9, you stop the 9, you make money. It goes through the 9, you stop the 9, you make money. You don't mess with this one because it's kind of sideways. And you see a cross. So now you're looking at shorts because you've identified lower highs, a cross, coming off of sideways. Everything that goes up on EMAs eventually has to go straight and down, when you get to a longer time frame. Of course, it'll be more jagged on like the minutes, but essentially that's your deal. So remember how we took the trade? We were doing an example, which is the trade that I'm currently in at 21,591. Okay, and I said that right here you made 500 bucks, and then you started losing your profit, and it went through the 9, and it was touching the 18, but these did not cross. Remember, I was just telling you about that. We came back to it, and look what's happened. It's bouncing off the 18 back down through the 9, which it looks like it's getting a little momentum right now, but it still hasn't crossed. You're still in the trade. And from 21,592 to 21,532 is about 60 bucks. 60 times 5 is 300 bucks. You're still in the trade. So look, I hope that helps you. The 9 EMA, price action through it, walk your stop on the 9. It's the tightest way for entry because you're at the top of every bullish momentum and you're the first one out. The lower the time frame gives you a very high win rate, about 65%. It's about 11 wins, 3 losses type of thing, typically. And on the 5 minute, with about a 600+% gain over about 16 months. Okay. So really good. That's without leverage, guys. That's without leverage. Keeping your daily drawdowns very minimal. Really working with like the stops and the momentum. And again, if you are not overly worried and you want to go to you wanted to do the crosses. Well, shoot, guys. I mean, look at this cross right here. I mean, just look at this cross. You went short right here. Not only did you get out and save yourself a ton of money, but you basically stayed in this short right here, which was, I think, $18,883. So 63,300 minus 38,414. Oh, sorry, 24,886 by just following the crosses. Not worrying about all the movement and all the hype and all the crazy FUD and all the stuff on TV and YouTube, and just simply a cross goes short. Okay, if green is below purple, and if green goes above purple, sell. And that was a $24,886 gain. Let's just do it again for fun one last time, and I'm going to let you go. So right here, it crossed. The 9 went below the 18, and it did not cross and show a black move until right there. So let's look at that. So you shorted here at 44,405 minus 20,901. $23,504. So now between your 23,504 and your 24, I don't remember what it was, 800 or something. That's a $48,304 in just two trades. Just two trades. 48,304 per Bitcoin. If you had 10 Bitcoin, then you made 483 grand. If you did it with some leverage, well, you can do the math from there. Okay, so please like, subscribe, select all, put a comment in if you want. This is a very easy strategy. It's a very good strategy. It's not hard to remember. It's very easy to do. It doesn't take a lot of work unless you're really going for like a lot of active trading, and you would do that on a smaller time frame. It's not best to have 30 things that you're trading this way on a 5-minute chart. You're going to make a mistake. I just trade Bitcoin, and I do it every waking hour, essentially. You know, and I just do the 9, stop 9. So through the 9, stop 9. Through the 9, stop 9. It's super accurate. It makes money. It's really easy. That's for trading. Now, for investing, I just keep buying it. I've been doing that for a long time. I just bought more. I'm looking to buy more as well, and I'll just keep accumulating it. I want to have a lot of Bitcoin that I don't sell or don't trade, but I do trade Bitcoin daily for like a living, and this is how I do it. And you can really compound your money. You can do this on a 4-hour. Let's just show you real quick. Okay, check this out. Let's get rid of the 18. And let's just simply, I mean, you can do it on a 4-hour, you can do it on an hour, you can do it whatever time frame you want. Okay, that's up to you. So right here, you go short, okay, because the price actually went through the 9, and then you basically just every 4 hours, this EMA will move, and you're just moving your stop the whole time, and eventually it hits right here, okay. Does that look right? Right there? Okay, so you shorted at 24,452, which makes sense because it hit like 25,000 the other day, right? And then you basically, it crossed back up through the 9 at 21,279. So that's $3,173 per Bitcoin. Okay, now here's the thing. Right now, this is hella tricky, okay, to trade, because as traders, you rarely make money in a sideways market. That's why I need to teach you hedging strategies and how to, like, you know, weight it to the overall direction, and there's other things, and how to trade under trade, which is more advanced. But when you're above the 9 here, and you basically sell here, you're essentially not even going to cover your spread. I mean, it's not even worth the trade. But you can identify that 2 ways. Like I said, when this is going sideways, you don't want it. You're looking for direction, okay? When it has direction, that's the best time. But the other way that you can identify, or like we like to say as traders, get confirmation, right, is by just throwing that 18 on there. And it'll always remind you, oh, if the green is below the pink, yeah, you didn't get in here, you got in here, okay, you got in a little bit less, okay, you don't have to be so greedy. The confirmation is important. As traders, we like all kinds of confirmations. We like chart patterns, supports, resistance, we like all kinds of confirmations. I'm just showing you a way where you can eliminate all that stuff that's maybe a little bit more advanced, or noise, or however you want to look at it. I don't look at it as noise. I look at it as, you know, useful myself. But this way, you don't have to have like these indicators. I always recommend you look at volume personally, but just price action. You could put that on like Heiken Ashi or candles. I don't think it works as well on candles personally. It's either Heiken Ashi or the line. That seems to be the best way for me to identify it. And if you didn't know what to do here, then you just wait till here and you short it, and until you see a black line, which was right here. See how you can see black in between the two? Let me make it bigger. See how it crossed there and this whole area is black now? Well, that's telling you right there that you would have closed your short. So you would have, it crossed here, you got to go to the price action below it. Okay? And you'll notice that basically the way that I did it on the 9 versus the way that you're going to do it on the cross is it's barely any difference in money. Okay? So if you waited for the cross here at 24,244, which is like $200 less per Bitcoin, doing it this way, but it's safer and you have a confirmation, and maybe it's better for like a beginner. And then this way, you sold at the cross, which actually you achieved more money because I sold over here, remember? And it looks like even though it's been kind of wiggly, it's actually got you a little bit more money. So that's $21,495, and you made $2,749 minus what I made was like $3,150 or something. So I only made $400 more than you. But you have the added safety and confirmation of the crosses. If you're like new to trading and it's you might miss the stop every 5 minutes or something like that. You got a bunch of kids running around or you got errands to run, whatever the case is. That's your thing. But I'm just showing you another way that you can do it. And guys, honestly, getting 2,800 per Bitcoin and only having to buy once and sell once and know exactly how to do it is very, very successful. That was on a 4-hour. You can do it on whatever time frame. So I hope this video helped you. If you have any questions whatsoever, just write them in the comments. I'll answer you. And you can click the Discord. You can come in for free. If you want to subscribe, it's $99 a month. You get 10 hours of one-on-one coaching with me. You get all the group trainings. You get all the previous recordings of the group trainings. You get all the courses. You're in a group and community with cool people. I appreciate you. My name is Chris, and welcome to the Wheelhouse.